Hey everybody, welcome back. And today I have the second fan of the year and the first portable fan of 2025. This is a Vernco 16-inch box fan model K-2, and as you can see, it's on a tilting stand, or like a pivot stand. Um, yeah, this is my first one of these kinds of box fans, like the kind that's on a regular pivot stand. I do have that Lakewood on the wheeled stand that's actually currently on loan to the museum. So you can actually see that in person if you'd like, if you want to travel up to Indiana to the Fanimation Museum. But tangent aside, this one I picked up 2 weeks and a half ago at this point, and the I believe it was painted. Actually, I know it was painted. No, uh, so because if you look at the top here, there is you can see the brush strokes on like the top of the cabinet. Maybe if I can find a good angle. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Oh, there you go. You can see it real good right there. So yeah, it was painted, and you can also see it's kind of sloppily done around the handle there. So, yep, it was painted, although they did a pretty good job around the badge. Now, yeah, this is a 16-inch model. Um, I have seen ones like this before, or I've seen ones like this online, never in person, but I haven't seen one exactly like this before. Now, like I said, this isn't the original finish. I think originally was white, based on like some chipping that I can see here. There's like looks like white, maybe lighter blue. I don't know. Can't really tell. But the ones that I've seen that are like this have instead of squared off edges like this, they have rounded edges, more like a newer Lakewood wood or like Alaska or something like that. But yeah, anyway, this is a really interesting one. I really like it. It's got metal grills. It's all metal. Uh, this stand, it has knobs that you can adjust or you can loosen and tighten it to, keep it in place and everything like that. And they're both there, which is really nice. I know a lot of the times those go missing. And yeah, it has on the top here the handle. Like I said, handle's still present, which is always a good thing to find. And then the badge here, which I briefly showed you before, it does have the push buttons, which is really cool. This is my first one of these like this or first actually fan that has these types of push buttons. I really like these. Um, Vernco 16-inch of the Vernco logo there, model number K-2. And then the speed sequence is kind of weird. It goes high, low, medium, off. And I'm not sure why that is. But when I test it, you'll notice that the low and medium really don't have that much of a difference in speed. I don't know if somebody's maybe been in the wiring of this fan also when they were painting it or something. I really don't know. But yeah, the low and the medium are like basically identical in speed. But there is a big difference between high and those two. But the push buttons are super cool. I really like these. And the colors, it like goes like a dark navy blue, bright dark blue, and then a sort of light sky blue, sort of the same color of the cabinet. Really nice. And then of course the badge up here on the front grille, the Vernco logo, very 60s, very atomic. I do believe this fan is from the 60s. Not entirely sure on that, but it does have that 60s style. So I'm going to just go ahead and say it's probably from the 60s. I turn the fan around without knocking everything over. You can see the motor. I'm not sure what kind of motor this is because, again, it was painted as well as the cabinet. It was originally black because underneath of the blade hub, you can see where they left some of the original finish of the motor bare. I don't know what kind of motor this is. It might be a universal. Yeah, not entirely sure. Yeah, so still kind of, I'm not too knowledgeable in the types of motor, brands of motors. I don't think it's a Fasco though, so it might be. I don't know. Who knows? Probably somebody in the comments can tell me what it is. But anyways, yeah, and then the stand has this curve back here. And there are feet on the bottom of the stand. Well, that one's... Those two are missing their rubber part, but they're still present for the most part. Yeah, I'm going to turn the fan back around. Oh, and then I also wanted to show underneath here, the cord is really cool. It comes out at like an angle with this really cool like retainer clamp thing. So that's pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure that cord is original, but the plug is not. It's clearly a replacement plug. It's one of those kinds that you screw the wires onto the terminals of the prongs, and then, yeah, one of those. So, plugged back in, and so I've got it plugged into the kilowatt meter so we can test the specs. Don't know what it's rated at because, again, the motor's been painted, so there's any label that was on it was probably covered up. So yeah, let's start the fan. Well, first of all, I'm going to pull it forward so it has a little bit of space behind it, so it won't just be sucking in nothing. So, start it up on high. That's pretty powerful. This is just a 16-inch. It's pretty much as powerful as a 20-inch. So let's see what we're pulling. Just under 2 amps, 158 watts, 0.64 power factor. Alright, turn it down to medium. It's really quiet as well. Definitely would like to use this one this summer. Okay, and low speed, which like I mentioned is probably not all that different from medium speed. Yeah, it's basically the same. I don't know if it's been miswired or something. It doesn't look like the wiring's been fooled with, so who knows. Alright, do spin down from low. It's a little shaky. Those blades, I don't think the blades are out of balance. And yeah, I did have to oil it when I got it. Actually, when I first started it up, when I first got it, first brought it home, it squealed at me. So, yeah, had to give quite a few drops of oil to both bearings. So, yeah, it runs much nicer now. Now let's see if I can capture the startup sound, if it has one. So actually I'm going to just stick the phone back here because that's easier than turning the whole thing around. Alright, start the fan up on high. Whoops. What happened? There we go. Of a startup sound. It's got a very quiet motor. Very impressed. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do current and everything for the medium and low speed. So let's do that real quick. So do medium, and we are drawing. I'm gonna get down to speed because actually this will tell me if there is actually a difference between medium and low. So 1.44 amps, 250 watts, or sorry, 120 watts. Where did that come from? And 0.68 power factor. Oh, sorry, we went down to 1.42 amps. Not that it really matters. But now low. Okay, low is down to 1.27 amps, so it is a slight bit slower. It went up to 1.29, but it is a little bit slower, or a little bit less of a current draw. 107 watts, same power factor, 0.68, but that's not surprising. But yeah, so the low and the medium are ever so slightly different, I guess. Yeah, not sure if that's an issue with the speed control or the motor or something, but let's, first of all, I love how these push buttons work. Just look at this. That is so cool. So let's put it up to high, and push button in here. Spin it down from high. It's a much better spin down time than it had when I first got it. And then I think the last thing I want to mention is I do believe that the blade color is original, because I did take the blades off, cleaned them and everything, and the finish of the blades looks pretty much perfect. It looks like factory applied or whatever. So I think the blue color of the blades are original, and that when whoever repainted it was trying to match the color of the blades. And whoever painted it actually did a really nice job. Like, I am highly impressed. They didn't get any paint in the motor bearings or anything like that. But yeah, it is a really nice job. I'm really happy with this fan. Of course, I had to get it because it's blue, and you know my obsession with blue fans. But yeah, so that is about it for this video. So that is the Vernco Model K-2 16-inch box fan on the pivoting stand. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.